Every villain needs a place to live, work, and scheme. While civilians may content themselves with a home, an office, or a home office, you're going to live the supervillain dream by plotting in style and comfort from your own palatial secret base. There are some restrictions to keep in mind when scoping out locations for a secret base. The secret part of secret base means it should be hidden or at the very least inaccessible. You don't want meddling do-gooders easily stumbling across it. Base means it should be sustainable and self-sufficient, able to support you and, ideally, a staff of henchpeople for months if not years at a time. Remember, if you can't bunker down in it for the long term, then you don't have a base. You have a vacation home. And one simply does not take over the world from a secret vacation home. Background. First, let us dissuade you from what you're already thinking, which is this. Obviously, the best place for me to build a secret supervillain base is inside a volcano. This is easy. I don't even know why I bought this audiobook since I know all this stuff already. Building in an active volcano is a bad idea. It can explode with little to no warning, cooking you alive as the air fills with toxic gases and rocks rain from above onto a floor that is literally lava. That's not to say that this has stopped people from doing just that. The small and isolated Japanese island of Aogashima is both shaped and dominated by the volcano that created it, but a population of around 170 people live there anyway, enjoying a windy, rainy climate and natural volcano-powered hot springs, which the locals use to cook and steam food. When the volcano last erupted in 1785, it killed between 130 and 140 of the over 300 residents who couldn't evacuate in time, but within 50 years, the island was repopulated. Even a dormant volcano means you're living inside a very visible, non-secret hole/tourist attraction. Your main concern here is self-sufficiency. If your base is to support you and your henchpeople without having to rely on the outside world, it will need to be a certain minimum size. The precise nature of that minimum size depends on how you answer the question of, wait, how much space do we really need to keep a human being alive indefinitely? Various authorities have attempted to answer this question throughout history. In the 700s CE in England, land was measured in hides, which reflected the amount of land thought necessary to support a family. Hides ranged in size from around 240,000 to 728,000 square meters, depending on the productivity of the land, but around the Norman conquest in 1066 CE, they became standardized at around 485,000 square meters, slightly less than half a square kilometer. Whether families at the time included just immediate family members or also extended family is now unclear, but if you assume a small family of just 4 people, that works out to 121,250 square meters of arable land per person. Of course, at the time, hides weren't defined in terms of meters, the metric system hadn't yet been invented, heck, the imperial system hadn't yet been invented. A hide was measured in acres. The word acres is derived from Old English where it means field, and one hide ranged from 60 to 180 acres. While today acres have a fixed area, approximately 4,047 square meters, at the time they were defined as the amount of land 2 oxen yoked together could plow in a single day. They were bound by time, not space, which meant the size of an acre, and therefore hide, varied depending both on your soil conditions and on how swole your oxen were. Factoring in the modern farming techniques developed over the past millennium, a more recent 1999 calculation determined that a diversified and sustainable meat-eating European diet demanded 5,000 square meters of farmland per person. Further calculating that if you assumed a largely vegetarian diet, no soil degradation, erosion, or food waste, ample irrigation, and godlike farmers who both planted and tended to their crops perfectly, you could probably get that number down to just 700 square meters a person. Lower numbers are better here. They help you keep your base reasonably sized and have the side effect of making it easier for the rest of the world not to starve to death.